Well, I'm feeling a little bit dumb right now, a little bit stupid, because I was just testing, I was testing to see if my exhaust has been tightened up, because I think I found a couple of bolts that were loose, and I'm very sure that that's what was rattling and causing the racket for me. I saw something out of the corner of my eye as I was driving up, kind of so, and I couldn't quite catch what it was entirely. I hope I really didn't get a stupid that was this strong in my brain today. I really hope I didn't get a stupid that was this strong. But I think that I left my phone on my hood over there, and then I forgot about it when I started up the car, backed out, and started on this hole and never in the first place. It was probably just riding there the entire time. Then as I kind of stepped on up here, it probably jarred loose and flew off. It didn't sound like it hit the car or anything, so it didn't make any real noise. You'd think it would make some sort of a noise, period. Like jumping around on the vent, and you think I'd hear that or something, but I just hope that I'm wrong. I really, really hope that I'm wrong. And I'm now in a search for probably, hopefully, nothing, honestly. I'll get back to you all with an update. I did find the phone. But it like I was pretty much up all night looking for the damn thing. Me and my mom both were out there looking for the thing, couldn't find it. I went back this morning on my, and this is a big pro tip for any of you with a smartphone or like an Android or whatever. Google does have this thing where you can sort of locate the phone, but as long as the battery is still on and all that, you should be able to like make it ring and stuff like that, even if you have it on buzz. So you'd want to go to google.com/android/find, I believe it was. I'll put the link on the screen right here. So any of you with like an Android or whatever, you can use that, and you can have a very good chance of finding your phone where you left it. So that was a very big help. But it was not working last night. It was saying it was somewhere way the hell else that I didn't even go towards ever. So I don't know what that was. But this morning I tried again out of my stubbornness, and it showed me where I know I was in the region of when I was testing my exhaust. I'm like, oh holy crap. I put those coordinates in the search bar on the other phone, and I went out that way, I had it ring, and I found the damn thing. So that was good, but I'm running behind right now, so I should shut up and get going. I'll see you all, well, at the drag strip technically, but probably a little, anyway. So, we are about 3 minutes away from Galat as it stands right now. We got a whole dang car full here. We got Keenan, Wasteland Nation in the back there. We got my ma right here, the thing that birthed this monster right here. And so yeah, that was a lot of dust. Thank you for that lawnmower. At least we're supposedly near Galat. Now I'm beginning to wonder if Waze is just taking me on a dang journey that I ain't supposed to be on today. But yeah, so that's basically the update. I didn't film anything along the way, but it's mostly just enjoying the ride stuff and preserving battery power, really. But yeah, all the fun shit happens at the drag strip anyway. So that's where we're going to be next, I hope. I think it did me wrong.
In 1 mile, turn left.
In 1 mile, hit the gas. I thought that was a cop back there just then. I was like, oh shit. All right, so it's safe to say we've made it here finally. At least it's I think fairly safe to say that we've made it here finally. I had a little bit of a mix-up with the gate. I was trying to go through the back door. Don't even say anything. And he had me turn back around, and then I found the wrong entrance once again. There's too many holes. That was what the problem was. There was too many holes. I finally found the right one, and we're good. I paid, I got in, we're good. It's just, I'm gonna stop this right here. Oh, hell, he's
he's
purchased.
got spray. Like I said, this will be on my Facebook and my YouTube. I think I can inside cars to use effects, and I can do things like that. Like I said, most of this content, even my live videos.
Dad, that's what I call in terms a bye-bye. Yes.
Chevrolet ZL1 Camaro coming out of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Corvette 6.2 taking on. The Camaro. Nope, that one. Oh, I was waiting to use that. The Camaro.
Alright, so I wanted to wait till this morning to go ahead and do the outro here. So this is the night after I went to the lot, and I have a few things. So basically, here's my rundown. Love the track, amazing, amazing prep. On the couple of runs that I did get to do, the car did amazing. It hooked great and all for just street tires and all. And yeah, I can't say anything bad about the track and the prep itself. It was a great ride down that particular 8th mile track at Galot. In fact, and I haven't looked at all the slips from my past, runs on other tracks, for yet, but I'll get back to you all on that one. But the one from this particular track, I ran an RT of 0.406. My 60 foot was 2.169. My 330 was 5.852. My 8th mile time at this track, full track length, ease up a little bit. Well, that one stuck good. If I could launch like that every time. the full 8th mile time for the first run was 8.849. The mile per hour, 82.11 miles an hour. So it's just basically, this is just you know, a stock Challenger RT with like just a cold air intake and exhaust basically, and a very light tune, not anything dramatic by any means. So the other stuff that I wanted to talk about, and I'm going to try to make this as short and simple and drama-free as I can, but when I first got to Galat, there's a little bit of a mix-up on my end as to where to go. I didn't know that the entrance was on the other side of the facility, down the other roads. I went straight past this, you know, one stop sign, and I ended up at the back door of the place. And the guy I talked to, getting in there, seemed a little aggravated for some reason. I don't know why. I didn't do anything stupid or anything. I just made a mistake on where the entrance was. Now, admittedly, like, I tried to go back the direction he came, and I still couldn't quite find the entrance. The only place I could find was like a little, like, sort of dirt area. So I went back, I'm like, okay, I think I'm misunderstanding you. Can you help me out one more time here? And he just, again, he seemed very aggravated with me. Like, I don't know why. And I know it was hot and all, but, like, there's no real reason to come off really just annoyed. Like, I don't know, his voice tone just seemed very sharp in some ways when he was explaining. He didn't quite yell at me. He just seemed very sharp. It was kind of like, you know, one of those tones where it's like, what you do is you go here, take that turn, you know what I mean? So he didn't yell, but it was just like really, he seemed very sharp for no reason with me. That was the start of kind of things right there, because then it felt like the entire time I was there, quite a few of the people just in the staff seemed very annoyed. I don't know if it was just specifically with me or if anyone else had the same experience. Now, I'm not gonna leave any bullcrap out. I'm not gonna just, you know, make it look like I'm crapping on them, because there were mistakes made on my end in quite a few areas. But let me explain. So after I found the ticket booth area, the entrance to the place, you know, I said, you know, I went through the ticket area, and I was like, you know, I asked the lady at the ticket booth, I was like, you know, before I gave them the $40 for driver entrance fee, I said, are there like any, like, you know, test and tune, like fun run type things going on today? Like, just for people who just want to go down the track for fun, like no competition races, because I wasn't there for a competition race. I was there for like fun runs with some folks or whatever. And she didn't seem to have a very clear answer. She was like, yeah, I think like throughout the day there is. Right then and there, I should have said, you know what, screw it, I'm just going to spectate. I think I should have at that point, just that's what I should have done. But I got the waiver, signed the waiver, and I asked her also if because one of my friends that was with me, you saw him, he wanted to, you know, ride along down the track with me. So I asked him about that. I'm like, will he be able to go down the track with me? I asked them at the ticket booth, will he be able to go down the track with me on a run? And she was like, yeah, you know, he just has to sign the waiver if he's going to do that. Oh, okay. I mean, no big deal. I mean, that makes sense to me, of course. So in my first run there, you saw, I did my little, you know, burnout. I was trying to stage up to the lights. This was my first time at Galat. This was my first time ever at Galat. So the layout and stuff was a little bit new to me. You know, the track was not familiar. So after my burnout, I was trying to pull up slowly so I wouldn't pass the lights, which I ended up doing. I did end up accidentally passing the lights. It happens. Especially when you're new to a track, you're not used to the location. Because it was a burnout box, and then immediately, after that is basically where your sensors are. I'm used to the sensors, kind of there being a little bit of a burnout box, and then I'm used to the sensors being a little bit closer to the tree, again, as some of the others I've been to. So oh, okay, well, so I just back it up. And as they were waving me, to back up, they seemed very kind of agitated there as well, in some ways. Maybe it was just me. And then I was trying to figure out, later in the day, I was trying to figure out when there would be more, just fun runs, So for lack of being able to find that information anywhere really, there was one guy, again, I don't think he actually worked there, he's just another guy that was there spectating stuff. He told my buddy that there might be some runs later, he thinks that there's runs later or something. Okay, well, I'll wait for later in the day, and then after the first round of competitions and all, they announce over the intercoms, anyone wanting to do time trial test and tune runs of any kind at all, go to lanes 4 and 5. Okay, so I get in my car and I go to lane 4, and I'm sitting there waiting, and the guy that's supposed to be waving the people in and all, he's on the very far end down there, so when they're waving someone, it's hard to tell to me who they're waving. But I thought I saw him wave me forwards, so I kind of go to go forwards. And I know there was another car, there's another car in front of me that had drag radials and stuff, but I thought that was just maybe who I was going to run for the test, in tune. I don't, run. I didn't know exactly, what was happening. It just kind of got jumbled up. Again, communication was just not there somewhere, I guess. It just felt like the whole evening the communication just was not there. And then this one guy comes up hollering what are you doing? What? All frustrated. It's like, I told him, look, sorry, I'm still green to race, and you all know this. I told him, sorry, I'm still very green to all the racing and all that stuff, and this is my first time out here. I didn't, I had a misunderstanding here. I'm sorry. He's like, well, we're in the middle of a race, and you just go pulling up. I'm like, I thought I heard them announce, for people for test and tune runs come up to 4 and 5. He's like, well, you don't just go whenever you want to. You wait till them to wave, It's like, but I'm sitting here I thought that dude waved me, because he's way the hell over there. But my bad, But apparently, what it was they were still finishing up the race runs, and then they were, having test and tune runs. But I wasn't trying to purposely, mess up the fun or whatever. I was trying to get in on some of the fun, and just have, test and tune runs and stuff. But that didn't quite happen. But after all that, after all the yelling and all the attitudes and stuff, my second run, it wasn't as good by far. It is right here, as a matter of fact. And as you saw there, like, after all that, I was just rattled, and it just, you know, it just kind of ruined it for me. And on that one, I ran a negative, I ended up jumping the light, so I had a negative .100 reaction, 60 foot of 3 seconds, as compared to this one, which was like 2.169. So I had a 3.093 60 foot, a 7.156 330. Because I stopped, because I was like, well, because I red lighted, I'm like, well, there's no point, just go, just fucking go. And so my 8th mile ended up a 10.237 and an 80.39 mile per hour trap speed. And those were my 2 runs. So I ended up paying $40, and I got like 2 runs in. And my friend couldn't do a ride along with me because, despite what I was told at the gate, that was another thing they got, you know, sort of huffy about, it seemed like. I wasn't trying to argue with the guy, like, I was just explaining to him at that time, like, well, what I was told at the gate. I was like, it's no problem. I mean, if my buddy can't ride along, he can't ride along. But, like, at the gate, he said that it was, you know, possible. They had him sign the waiver and everything. And he didn't have anything to say about that at all. It's like, you know, he could have said, well, I might need to talk to the people at the gate about that, so that way they don't make a mistake again, or something. Or, like, sorry about that. They didn't say anything in response to me on that. It's like, well, yeah, you just can't, we are doing ride-alongs and all. Like, you know, some other group was hosting ride-alongs, but that was, you know, them, you know, not us. It's like, oh, okay. But it's just, it was kind of just a whole mess. And I don't know. I feel like it was very disorganized in terms of communications between left hand and right hand, so to speak. Because you have the people at the ticket booth who didn't seem to know the event. Like, nobody really told them what, you know, was and wasn't happening as far as the event. They knew what classes and stuff there were, but that's it. And if it was just, you know, meant for just competition and no test runs, which I think is the case, again, I feel like at the booth they should have said, well, sorry, we're not doing tests and tunes today at all. It's just like, if you're not competing, then just spectate. It's like, okay, that would have been fine. And obviously no video would be probably made. I'd probably make a video anyway of, like, just being there and spectating. I don't know. And found a way to make it work. But it would just been nice to know if that's what it was, just competition only. Because I was like the only one that did any, you know, test runs like that at all. And the test runs that they had, the shakedown runs that they had before my second run, they were meant for just the, or at least this is what I was told when I asked the guy at the track, you know, staging area. I went up to them and I asked them if, you know, the shakedown runs they were going to have was for just anyone, or if it was just for just the competitors. I just wanted to be sure. And it was just for just the competitors, he said. I was okay. That makes sense. It's okay. Just wanted to make sure. Every time I turned around, it just seemed like there was some amount of irritation in their voice and tone. And I just feel like going 2, almost 3 hours out there just to catch attitudes and stuff it's kind of crap. I mean, but the track itself and all is great. So yeah, that's the end of this video. Mistakes were made on my end, sure, but I feel like they could have been a little bit less aggravated, especially at the beginning of things when I didn't do anything unwarranted as far as mistakes. And being green at this whole thing, and stuff like that can be really discouraging to new drivers. And like, I think people running shit like this really needs to kind of realize, like, okay, some of these drivers will be new to this whole crap, you know, and things need to be explained a little bit better sometimes, you know. So it's kind of discouraging when you're new, but I'm gonna keep at it. I don't think I'm gonna be making a 3-hour trip out there again anytime soon. But that's neither here nor there. Quite a tiring ride for what kind of experience I had. That's the end of the video, and like I said, so go ahead, if you liked it, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, and follow my Instagram, linked in the description of this video, just like always. And I guess I'll see you all in the passenger seat next ride, and maybe I'll actually get some runs in on some sort of a track.